like players like Battlebee and Spats, like 6.4, 6.5k players. So I professionally coach players to qualify for tournaments. Yeah, as any race. Yeah,
really good.
So, and I run through like workshops on Discords, like with loads of people that would like to learn and be really, really good at the game. And also, I do private tutoring, which sounds go, which is similar to this. So, with a whole Discord, I do like a group coaching session. I do it at a fee, but I put up graphs, I put up loads of these little bits and pieces. But it's not my intention for this one. I just want you guys to realise how good you can actually be in the game.
No, it gives a taster of what you can show us, and I'm sure there's a few guys that are interested.
It's not. I'm not doing that for this because I've already got enough people in the books at the moment. So it's
Okay.
I'm just letting you guys know if anybody did want to. But so you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I'm just going to get my hotkey sorted out anyway. So the idea of Terran playing versus Zerg is to just do a lot of damage with small amount of units, right? So in a game of TVZ, it's all about having mobility in the early game. So ideally, a lot of Terran players hate making Reapers. They hate making Hellions. That's because they're hard units to control. If you're aiming to do damage, now we're not going to aim to do a single bit of damage with the Reapers or the Hellions. We're just going to aim to get vision on the map. Yeah, that's all we're going to try and do.
Yeah.
We're going to go barracks, then gas straight after. So as long as it's 16-16 and you're making one SCV all the time, you should be fine. You're rallying your next SCV to the natural and at 18 supply. So after this SCV comes out, this is being rallied to the mineral line. Yeah. All right. And this is your earliest scout that you can send to gain vision of what your opponent could be doing. Now, all we want to know is whether our opponent is going for hatch first or pull first. So if he's going hatch first, that means his lings can get behind our Reaper. We don't need a bunker. If he is going pull first, then we need to have that bunker because those lings can get behind our Reaper. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the theory of the SCV scout, and you have to SCV scout versus every race in every game because you have to know whether they're being aggressive or not. So we see already here that's got quite a lot of health on it, so it looks like it's going to be hatch first, but we're going to confirm that with the scout. He could be doing a cheeky build. Spawning pool is just about to be finished, so this is a really halfway build here. Looks like he's gone pool first here for some reason. No, he hasn't. Sorry, he hasn't. Ignore me. So he is going to have the expansion on time. Sorry, it's normally because it's coloured health bars. I normally have coloured health bars so I can see it, but that's all right. So this is hatch first anyway. We can move our Reaper all the way across the map. I was panicking myself then for no reason whatsoever. So now we're going to go for a Marine and our factory after, and a second gas. Now this Marine is designed to get vision. Sorry, not vision. To push the Overlord away from the main base, to stop him from getting vision. So we should be starting to see the two lings coming out now. Now, me seeing no workers here means that he's still on gas. Yeah, there's no workers here. So he's still making gas for some reason. So this is already giving me feeling of roaches already. All right. Yeah. We see no third base on that side and no third base hopefully on this side. And we're still going to go into the Hellions because we're only going to react if we can see it. So no third base there. And we're going to go and scout. 111 is going down. Barracks Factory Starport. Still nothing at the moment. And he's now used his extra energy on his queen for his hatchery instead of. Oh, that's a really. This is now a big tell, really big tell. That this is now Hellions. Oh, bit of a weird one there. Really big tell that this is roaches. So now we already have an idea of what he's doing here. We're going to try and sneak into his base, and we're going to try to have a look here, see if it is going to be roaches. Oh, we can't quite get that information. So we're just going to have to keep making these Hellions, and we're going to have to try and get vision in other means. I've sort of messed up my number 2 there. There we go. So it looks to be a very similar approach as what he's done in the last game. However, we do need to confirm that with the first 2 Hellions. We need to know what's happening at the other side of the map. It looks to be a very tricky build, what he's doing. So he is staying on 2 bases for a long time. Queens are still there. Is it a third base? Still no third base here. Insane. We could use a scan, but we can't. We can't use a scan. The reason why we can't use a scan is because we're not sure that it's going to be useful here. We could cheat and do it, but there's no point. So we just need to keep our Hellions out here. Third base is coming down at this point. He wants to grab a third base, doesn't want to grab a third base. Interesting run by here. Has he got a base down here or somewhere? Is that why he wants this? So now we need to move this into a tank. We need to grab a third base. So with 2 Hellions, we're able to scout quite a few bits and pieces here. So we're able to scout just that we still don't know what he's doing with his gas. Very unorthodox play here. So we'll be able to hopefully see roaches coming across the map. He's done a very good job on this map to stop us from scouting here. Still loads of queens here. We're still not quite sure what he's doing. This is starting to really sort of grind my gears here because I really need to see what he's doing on the other side. Because I don't really want to use a scan because we need to know what's going on. Third base is coming down. That's a free creep tumor. I'd love to try and see what he's doing here. Is it Mutalisk? Looks like Mutalisk now. No, it's going to be roaches. And he's giving us 3 kills here as well. Then as where his units are, maybe he's playing really defensive. Cool. So we killed all of those units, which is good. Tanks out as well. And we just have to be really careful here that this isn't going to be some sort of all-in here. Because we killed a lot of units on his side of the map. So 2 extra barracks because now we're floating. And we're just making 1 supply depot at a time.
The Banshee was made for defence, was it?
Didn't need to be aggressive with it. He hasn't got an extra base. It isn't even saturated. So now I can move across the map. Because now I've got the tank in position. And now we can slowly but surely now saturate this base. And I'm a little bit less worried about what this is going to be. He could go into Mutis. I think he's just playing like this just because he wants to play like this, to be honest. I don't think he actually does this. So this is insane. No workers on this third base. That means we have to play defensive. Because now we're going to have a third base and he isn't. Which again is another load of red flags here. Because the more the game goes on, we're going to win the game. So all I'm doing is now chilling. Roaches is going to be here. I had a feeling it was going to be roaches at the start of the game by the way that he played as well. All we're doing is making sure that we're producing units all the time. Still roaches coming across the map. And all we need to do is just slowly build units. Doesn't matter whether they're naked barracks or not. We just need to make sure that our opponent's not being aggressive onto us. And again, all we're doing is just moving units here and there. And what we're going to try and do, instead of taking this base here, we're going to take the base that is closer to us, yeah? We're going to take the base that's closer to us. You see how defensively I'm playing? See how safe I'm trying to play here, yeah? I'm giving him full respect to the game, yeah? I've hardly been aggressive at all in the game, have I? Yeah, I'm giving full respect. Because all I want to do is win because I've got more stuff. That's all I want to do. So now we're going to use this. Now this is practically useless. We're going to use it to take some of the watchtowers. So now we're going to start to be aggressive in the game. Alright? And you'll see how normally the aggressor now is going to be in a lot of trouble here. Alright? So now I'm going to start to play a little bit properly. We're going to get our upgrades properly now. We're going to start to produce a lot of our units. Get the next 2 medevac drops on the way. Now we're going to start to put pain on him. Because we're in the period of the game where we don't now have to be careful. Because we haven't just got Hellions defending our resources. So our 2 medevac drops are coming down and we're going to try and look for damage while we're maxing out. It's really important that we're doing that. Constantly producing units one at a time out of all of our barracks. We see some roaches going along there. So we scan just to double check. Free base here, thank you very much. We can move away, fantastic. So you're allowed to get us that for free. That is what is known as a paid actor. I paid him to do that. So he cannot kill these unless he's got like hydras or anything like that, right? So he can't really kill these, yeah? So he has to keep his army around here. His upgrades are 0-0. We're in a great spot within the game. We're making loads of units. We're making sure we're not getting supply blocked. This is great for us. Constantly producing units the whole time. This is really, really good. His queen should come and delete those in a minute. Oh, that was close, wasn't it?
That was close.
And all we're doing is sitting back and getting maxed. Easiest game of my life, right? Oh, buddy, you can see that on the minimap. I can see it on the minimap too. Lovely jubbly. Make sure this doesn't get sniped. It probably will get sniped. It probably will. It's alright, so we're going to kill this base. Does he have the other base now? We're maxed out. We've got 2-2 on the way. We've got loads of units in position ready to defend. Making sure we don't get hit by the biles and respect his units. Trying to defend from this side, and all we're doing is just slowly moving forward and moving away from the biles here. Constantly producing. This tank is getting free damage. I'm happy with that. Because if he just wants to kill all these mineral units, that's fine. Now he's disrespecting me by coming forward here, so he's going to lose all of those units. This drop is still there. We're still making units at home. See, we're constantly always producing here. No units here. GG, well played.
Yeah, I saw supply just plummet there. That was
Wish it was as easy as that, but yeah, I'll learn from learn from that.
that's really good.
Look at how we're just focusing on what he's doing in the game. Yeah. And we're
Yeah.
building our units based on what he's doing. He cannot have a chance to win the game.